just want to be internet famous, making videos in our basement, 6 figures ad revenue. It's so cool to be PewDiePie or Ethan Klein. But YouTube is a fickle bitch, there's no guarantees. Next month you might not make shit, no one knows what advertiser friendly now is. So just fuck it and make some cool shit.
Yeah, we call
You
it
can vlog your life, talk
a...
about your likes and dislikes. You can clickbait cause it's alright. Well, anything goes, as long as you know. There's no guarantees cause everybody wants to be the next big thing on your TV. Or you could blow up tomorrow and by next week you might be nobody. I need some motherfucking views. I need some motherfucking views. Attention is what we're all after. Sometimes we look desperate, but sometimes there's laughter. We live in a society where our children think making cool memes is their future profession. But look around, you'll see that the joke's on me. All these millionaire kids, not even 17, cause you can be a fool and drop out of your school. All you need is those views. Or you can vlog your life, talk about your likes and dislikes. You can clickbait cause it's alright. Or anything goes, as long as you know. There's no guarantees cause everybody wants to be the next big thing on your TV. You could blow up tomorrow and by next week you might be nobody. I need some motherfucking views. I need some motherfucking views. So give me the, cause I want the, so give me the, cause I want the, so give me the, give me the, give me the motherfucking views. So give me the, cause I want the, so give me the. Fuck. Maybe I'm a little young, but you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But even living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Poco no mirai wa dare ni mo wakaru nai. Mina wa boku o
Guys, we have a full stage 5 alarm here. I've already almost went through my first cup of coffee, and I don't have a coffee pot handy to refill it. So as I was getting ready last night to lay my little head down on the pillow to assume the nightly slumber, and then all of a sudden, my little phone, right? The little phone starts going a ding, a ding, 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 right? How they do, right? You start getting notifications and stuff. And I was like, Ellis says, listen, Ellis, you ain't got to be bragging. Not all of us have access to the devil's lettuce to help us soothe and calm our nerves, right? Bragging. Up here this morning already done. They were on their second one this morning. For crying out loud. I swear. So anyway, my phone starts ding, 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 dinging. Right. So I roll over and I grab my eyeballs because I can't see nothing without these things anymore. I swear to God, it's like I'm getting old or something. I grab my glasses and I put them on. I grab my outdated, wore out, old clunky phone and I'm scrolling through the Twitter. You know what? Here's the thing. I had all kinds of little things to kind of whatever beforehand and what have you, But I don't even think we're going to do the funny stuff. I don't even, because what happened, honestly and truly, anyway, it's 12:35 p.m. for me right now. Well, awesome. I'm happy for you. It's 6:30 a.m. for me. And I can't wake and bake because they don't allow that where I live. Yeah. We tried to get it on the balance to where you just, have it recreationally. But the Bible thumper said, no, 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 can't go for that. So, whatever. So anyway, I'm laying there in the bed and my phone starts going off. What the hell? Be right back. No, I don't want to be right back. God dang it. And this, and I see this. And this is the one, this is the wonder, Matt Pitt. And he's screen capping a tweet from Ghostii, which I'm kind of glad that he did, quite honestly. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of glad he did. Hang on here. It looks like I need to shrink that down a little bit because you guys can't see all of it because of my beautiful face down there in the corner. But he says, Ghostii says, I have something to confess. My mom isn't dead. Let that sink in a second. I have something to confess. My mom isn't dead. I did the posting to see if people believed me, and they did. I'm sorry for people that have been nothing but nice to me, and have even formed friendships talking to me. I didn't want things to go this far. But when I was told someone was going to my mom's Facebook and bringing pictures of me and her into the light, this is where I needed to come clean. People that want to stay friends with me, they can. If not, I don't blame you. I'm sorry for this whole thing. It's disrespectful. And Matt says, is this real? And Ghostii says, yes. And then Matt Pitt says, you're fucked. Or as Abba says,
This is a sickness of the highest order.
Exactly. This is a sickness of the highest order. And so some of you might be saying, people, what kind of sickness is this? Well, I'm going to tell you. My little coffee beans, I'm going to tell you. I spent about 5 hours yesterday in a very lengthy call with a very good friend of mine who is also online. And we talked about a wide variety of things. And one of the things that we talked about is this. It's almost like, at this point, it's almost like a necessity to way too many people. That they have two serious issues. First issue is people have this insane level of belief that they have to be liked by everybody. Everybody has to love me. Everybody has to adore me. I have to be friends with everybody. Okay. And the second one is, and I think that this one actually is feeds into the first one, and I believe this is one is way more destructive in people's lives. Is way too many of you young people meet somebody and within a few minutes, maybe it sometimes goes as long as an hour, all of a sudden, oh, you're my BFF. You're my best friend forever. And I have to tell you everything and anything about my life. And I have to tell you about what all this horrible stuff that happened in my life. And oh, by the way, do you want to see my penis? Oh, let me show you my titties. It's just it's this unhealthy. I think you guys call it parasocial. Okay. I don't know what the hell to call it because, quite honestly, this was never something that I ever had to deal with in my 54, soon to be 55 years on this planet. I've never seen anything like this. This is so unhealthy. You guys are making friends with people online that maybe you've got into a VC with the cameras on, your webcams, and maybe you've seen them, maybe you haven't. It may just be a voice, a box, sound coming through Discord that you're having these conversations with. And these days, with the software and stuff that's out there, you may not even be taught the voice that you're hearing may not even be the real voice. They've got voice, manipulators that makes the other person make them sound young, can make them sound old. And you're telling everything in your life about it. And there are people out there. There are people out there that are so sick and twisted and demented that they emotionally manipulate people into sharing some of the most intimate, private stuff just to later on use it to blackmail and to manipulate you guys into other things. You guys have got to stop this for your own well-being, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You guys have got to stop this craziness. You've got to stop this. Maybe I'm old and maybe I don't understand everything. But I'll tell you something. It takes me an extremely long time before I consider somebody a friend, a true friend. I'm talking years. And even then, there are people that I've known for several years online, okay, that does not know everything about me. And a matter of fact, there's probably one person online that I've never actually met in person that probably knows as much about me as there can be to be known. And I've known this man for 20 some odd years. And he's the only one that knows pretty much I'm an open book with about. Because after 20 years, I feel like he's earned the right. He's proven himself to be trustworthy and somebody that I can confide in and talk to about stuff. But there's stuff, even as good of friends as Dead on Dave and I are, he doesn't know some of the stuff that I've had to deal with in my life, and I don't know if we'll ever get to that point where we will where he will. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. He doesn't have to know everything. He doesn't have to know every little, nuance of my life. Listen, guys, and I say this with all sincerity, and I'm not just trying to bust your bubbles, and I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, and I'm not trying to guilt you guys or anything like that. That's not that's not what my mission is this morning when we talk about this story. Is some of you people, when I open up my Twitter feed and I followed you on Twitter and stuff, and I see your posts, your Twitter, your Twitter posts and stuff, and you're sharing things about your life and whatever that's benign. There's nothing something good has happened, so you want to share it. That's fine, good. I'll give you a little like on your tweet to sharing your joy, and that's cool, and I love seeing those things. You know what I'm saying? I love it. But honestly, sometimes, guys, some of the tweets that you guys put out where you're really laying bare um, some stuff that has happened in your life, um, I look at it and I shake my head and I'm going, you poor soul. You poor soul. And my heart bleeds for you guys because I stop and I think, do these do these poor souls have nobody in their lives that they can talk to and confide to? Because we all need somebody, right? That we can, I think you guys call it trauma dump, right? That we all can go because we've had something happen and we need a friend, a true friend, that we can go and we can just vent all this vomit, all this stuff out that's happened in our that we need to let out. We all need that. We have to have that, right? But guys, getting on Twitter and doing it, or going on YouTube, going live and streaming on YouTube, or making a TikTok, or doing an Instagram live, or whatever, or hell, writing a damn Google Doc about it, or whatever it is. That's not the way. It's not. Because here's what happens. Inevitably, this is what happens. You dump this stuff out. You let this stuff out, and for a moment you feel better, right? Because you've let all this sadness and this poison and this stuff that's in you've let it out, and so it feels good because I've expunged it, let it go. The problem is now the whole world has seen it. They've screen capped it. They've downloaded it, and now there's people who's going to take and pick apart every little thing that you've said, and now they're going to mock, ridicule, and dump all over, and they're going to just make you feel 10 times worse than what you just let out of your system. Does this sound familiar? How many times we've seen this? Right? How many times have we seen somebody crying and carrying on about how that you were just looking for some sort of release, that you were looking for some sort. Guys, the internet is not a safe place to do that shit. You listening to me? It's not. The internet is some place to come, to laugh at people, to laugh at yourself, maybe to poke fun, have a little fun with somebody, meme, that type of stuff, right? If you've got stuff in your life that you really need to unload, you need to I would hope that you guys would be blessed enough to have a actual real life friend that you have known for years, decades, hopefully, that you have that type of relationship with that you can share this stuff with. If you don't have that, close friend that you can share this stuff with, and you can unload this stuff with, and they can help you unpack this stuff a little bit or whatever that you need to do. If you don't have that, then you probably need to find a professional that you can go to and do this with. Because that voice on the other end of that Discord call, that ain't it. It's not. How many times have we seen where you have two people that are, quote, Discord friends and whatever, mutuals, and one shares things or whatever, and then the other turns around and weaponizes it. Right? Yeah. So, guys, I'm telling you, for your own sake and your own good, I hope you guys learn how to do this thing, because if not, guess what? You're going to wind up on potentially one of my coffee streams of a morning, and we're going to talk about you, and we're going to laugh about you. And I'd hate to see that happen to some of you guys. I really would. But let's carry on. So Matt Pitt says, Ghostii, you're fucked. And fucked he was and is. So then, Repzilla says, you told your mom was dead? Yes. Why did you do that? To boil it down, it was for attention and to see if people took my word for it. It was for attention. Yeah. I want some eyes shining on me. I want people, smiling, and I want the attention. It was wrong and very disrespectful to those who have lost their mothers. How about this? It was wrong and disrespectful to everybody who has ever lost anyone of importance in their lives. It doesn't have to be a mother. It could be a father. Could be a brother. Could be a sister. Could be that aunt. Could be that uncle that you really loved. Could have been a cousin. Could be a grandmother. Could be a grandfather. How many people in and around this circle that Ghostii had built around him, how many people over the last 2 years, right, has lost somebody? For crying out loud, we just went through a flipping pandemic. How many people did we lose because of that? Right? How many empty chairs do we have sitting around a table at Thanksgiving and at Christmas now because of this? Or just not necessarily, it didn't even only have to be about the pandemic. It doesn't even have to be about COVID. How many people has just passed away, right? Because that's what happens. This big blue marble spins around that big yellow marble, and people die. Every day, people die. They die from just old age. They can die because they get in some sort of traffic accident. But people die. We lose people out of our lives every single cotton picking day. That people around the world lose people out of their lives. And Rep says, well, people in the world are crazy. Rep, I don't think there's truer words you have ever said in my life, my friend. So one of the people that was directly affected by all this was Ember Lily. And as some of you guys may be aware, because of all the turmoil and chaos that happened on the Hen House podcast, all was rooted in Ember Lily, quote unquote, not being sympathetic to the passing of Ghostie's mom. Remember that? And I got drug into, I didn't get drug into it. I trying, for whatever reason, moron, I'm a moron because why? Because I didn't listen to my own advice a lot of times, and I allow my freaking emotions, my heart, my sympathy for people, right? This that people are always telling me, Riv, you're too soft. Riv, you're too caring about people. Riv, you shouldn't do these things. You're getting yourself into shit. You're stupid, Riv. And you know what? They were right. I wound up with egg on my face. Why? Because Ember wasn't sympathetic to Ghostie's plight that he was going through because he lost his mother. And I tried to mend bridges, and I tried to, and we had Ember Lily on the podcast now, or the Clear as Mud podcast. Banana was there with me. We talked to her. I had invited Bunny Buttons on as well, and Ghostii, and they were not able to come on and stuff. And because I really was trying to hopefully salvage that podcast, because I really liked it. I'm pretty sure that this here is just a mock-up. Maybe it's not. I'm not for sure. I don't know. I'm hoping this was a joke. I don't know. With this whole thing, I don't know. And it says Ghostii is organized. Hello, friends. Regretfully, I lied on the internet about my untimely death of my mom for attention. Simply, I used this fake tragedy to create a witch hunt against Ember Lily, the co-host of podcasts I produced poorly. Because of my lie, Ember Lily was ostracized by the commentary community. On the night of February 22nd, Abby Blackbird learned that my mother's death was a lie and threatened to expose me. Because of this, I was forced to publicly come clean. Learning that the reason for her blackball was a total fabrication, Ember became enraged and punched a hole in her drywall. I feel morally obligated to compensate Ember for the repairs. However, since I'm a NEET who lives with his mother who is not dead house, I cannot afford this, so I'm asking you for my internet friends to open your hearts and wallets and fix the wall. Oh, Lord. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. So yeah, there was a lot of people that in the wake of this lies and stories that Ghostii told caused a lot of, there's no other way to put it, I guess, pain, misery, anger, frustration, ostracation, it's just insane. This is literally freaking insane. So anyway, now recording went live last night, and you can see we got time stamped here. Yeah, got all the timestamps. It's got the stream starts. Ghostii comes in, gives a response. Ember Lily comes in and speaks as well. So I've got it queued up here. We're going to listen. I'm coming in cold, I'm going to tell you. So we're going to listen to this. This may be some hot takes that you hear from me. But we'll listen to this and we'll see what happens, okay? Now, I don't know. Some of you guys may have already heard this. Some of you guys may have stayed up all night, whatever, or the time zone that you're in. Maybe this is a deal where you guys can, this is normal time of the day or whatever. I don't know. but this was last night. I didn't hear it live. I saw that they were going to go and whatever, but I was like, I can't stay up. I was too stinking tired. Can I reconnect with you people? Sure, Max, you can reconnect with me anytime you want, bud. Matter of fact, if you want to hop in, I have I'm in the Discord this morning. Um, so if you want to call in, Max, you can. I hadn't really planned to really take calls this morning, whatever, but we can do this. Okay. Well, good morning, Mr. Max. How are you doing?
Well, I'm waking up to a lot of interesting stuff. I'll put it that way.
All right. So, did you because I know you're part of the crew over there. Was you on for this last night? Did you listen to the, or was you there live?
I'm sorry. I'm cutting out. I don't know what's going on.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Let me try to deconnect and reconnect. My
Okay. All right. So while D-Max gets that figured out, D-Max is part of the, and I see Zotti's in the stream, and I'm sorry. I know I've kind of not paid a whole lot of attention to the chat this morning, and for that,
There we go.
I'm not. I apologize or whatever, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I really am not. But I'm just really just trying to get through this whole thing.
Sorry. I guess never mind. I don't know what's happening with my Discord. Apologies.
That's okay. All right, so I guess Max is having problems. So anyway, let's listen to this and let's see here. Let's get through this mess because honestly, I you know what? Here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to feel sorry. I don't want anyone feeling sorry for me either, right? It is what it is, right? The people that really need to, you need to, I guess, if you want to have sympathy for anyone, right? Those people would be the people like Amber Lily. She was definitely done wrong. Uh, uh, and shit, Abby, Blackbird, and Buddy Buttons, and all these other people that came flocking to Ghostii because of this lie, right? And so let's listen to what Ghostii has to say.
And
don't give him a platform to defend himself. Don't give him a platform to defend himself.
3,
Daddy,
2,
Matt?
1. What's up, faggot?
All right. So before we get into the whole thing, whatever, let's just talk about something for a second. The boys over at the Now Recording have got probably one of the best donation clips out there. I mean, they've got me as their donation clip dancing. And then, of course, they've got, Xylee with her doctored, saying or whatever. But irrespective, when I saw this the other day, I fell out laughing. I thought, yeah, that would be the meme that keeps going on forever, I think. It'd be like the Energizer Bunny, and I'm okay with that. So let me back this up a little bit. But so here we go, because I kind of got derailed there.
Give him a platform to defend himself.
3,
Daddy,
2,
Matt?
1. What's up, faggot?
What do you want,
Yeah,
faggot?
hold on, we got a donation, Lofi. Sorry, it's only $2, but I'm honestly disappointed. I gave this man my sympathy, says Lofi.
So what were you thinking, Ghostii?
Are y'all surprised?
Oh, fuck off, dude. Go,
I'm
dude.
not.
Go
Wait,
fuck yourself, dude.
wait. Is this better than all the bullshit you've been hearing, all the pedo shit? Like, is this really?
Hold it. Did this motherfucker actually come on and his opening line was, isn't this better than all this pedo shit? Did this twisted motherfucker I'm going to tell you something. I am not a violent man anymore. At one time, I was a pretty violent person. Now I try to have peace and grace, and I try to find the good in everybody. I try to find a silver lining. I try to be optimistic, but I swear, I think I would literally stomp a mud hole in this dude's ass and walk the motherfucker dry. You're going to come on, and your opening statement is not a statement of remorse. Because understand something. When he put this, he goes, I have something to confess. My mom isn't dead. I did the posting to see if people would believe me, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for people that have been nothing but nice to me and have even formed friendships talking to me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then this motherfucker.
Is this better than all the bullshit you've been hearing, all the pedo shit?
Y'all don't understand how that's getting my blood pressure up. You don't understand. There is no, absolutely positively, there's no excuse. Zero. Oh, hang on. Max is back. Max, did you get your Discord fixed?
I think it's fixed now. Can you hear me?
I do hear you, baby.
Okay, cool. I can hear you now too. Oh my God.
Was you on the recording? Was you here for this?
I was not here for this. I like my head hit the pillow about 15 minutes before they live, so just missed it. And I'm to be honest, I'm kind of glad I did because I can contain myself now. I don't know if in the moment I would have been able to really control myself because
I guarantee you I wouldn't have been. I would have nuked this motherfucker.
I mean, I'm very like I'm just waking up, so I'm like literally like, and there's like several other things that are happening behind the scenes too that I can't talk about right at this moment. But yeah, I like I said, I want to react to this with you because like my blood pressure as well is pretty oh man, this is just.
Okay, so you heard his opening salvo, right? His opening remarks, right?
Yeah, immediately going to, well, at least it's not pedophilia. Like it's like in what world would you think that this is a joke at this point? In what world would you try to get out of this by doing something light-hearted or whatever? In what world does a normal person do this and then doesn't come on and have just like, I'm sorry, but if I were there and that was it, that would have been where I go off and gone, you know what, Ghostii? Like, just.
You know what? And here's the thing: saying "go fuck yourself."
How about hey Ghostii?
Enough.
How about you go have a fucking family reunion, you piece of shit? How about that? How about you go take the fucking fantasy fucking L that you were taking for your mom? How about that? All right? Because what Peepaw was saying before is absolutely and totally 100% true. I saw people in your chat even who were talking about this. Do you have any idea how many people out there have lost their family in the past few years by horrible, just like, just happenstance of life? And then you have the gall to make that joke. Like, I don't know about you folks out there, but I was one of the people who I went into Ghosty's DMs. Which, by the way, against other people's like wishes, against like they were saying like, hey, don't do that. You like stay away from Ghostii, whatever. He's a weirdo. He's a freak. But I did it anyway because I felt sympathy. I felt remorse, legitimate, actual remorse. So I feel personally slighted because I was like, dude, I'm really sorry. I made a big thing. And I was like, dude, take your time, all that stuff. And then and the guy gets back to me with a response which is just like, dude, thank you so much, I appreciate it, it's a hard time. And then to find out that's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, phew. I've
You
seen
know-
some crazy internet shit before in my life, but this, I mean, phew.
You know what?
Wow.
Here's the thing. You can call it karma. You can call it whatever you want to, right? But this is something I 100% believe. Whatever you sow out there, whatever you put out in your life, like whatever seeds that you plant, when that harvest comes to fruition, right? And it's time to reap what you have sowed. Yes,
Yeah.
biblical teachings. There's it's just metaphorical teachings. I'm gonna tell you something, people. Listen to me on this. And this, fuck Ghostii. He deserves anything he gets on this. But the rest of you guys, listen to me. The way that you treat others, the way that you interact with others, if you are lying to people, if you're manipulating people, if you are being quote parasocial, if you're doing all these things to try to garner this admiration and love that you guys are, for whatever reason, seem so desperate to receive, if that's the kind of shit you're putting out in the world, let me tell you something. When those seeds grow to maturity and they harvest and they come home, let me tell you what's going to happen. It is going to wreck your world. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to get
And
behind a pulpit and preach at you like some preacher on a Sunday sermon, but I'm telling you, believe me when I tell you this, I've seen this time and time and time again in the many, many years that I've lived on this planet. What you put out is what will return to you. And more
I
times
agree.
than not, it is tenfold. So if you put one little seed out there, 10 times that is coming back to you, right?
You know, and congratulations, Ghosty, because if anything actually serious ever happened to you, nobody's gonna fucking believe you.
Exactly.
Congratulations. Or at the very least, I won't. I'm not gonna give you any sympathy because no, like you don't deserve it. You haven't, like you have been proven to be a liar, to be a sex pest, to be a ridiculous person. You have been proven on every level. There are things that people out here, like me, would be able to forgive you for, would be able to look past and would be able to see like the inner humanity of you. But now that you have exposed yourself for being an absolute and total clown, an absolute and total ridiculous, like one of the most absurd things you can possibly do in life is lie about a family member dying. And you crossed that line. You did that. There's no coming back from that. I hope, honestly, because I still want to retain all goodwill as much as I can, positivity out there to everybody in the world, press like on the video and all that shit. But at the same time, everybody, like I just want to say to Ghosty, the only positive thing that I have to tell you at this point is get the fuck off the internet and never come back. Persona non grata. Nobody interact with this fool anymore.
Yeah.
That's not me asking. That's not me telling you guys. You guys are fully grown human adults. You can do whatever the fuck you feel like. But I can tell you this much. Ghosty's name after this stream will never come out of my goddamn mouth ever again. This guy is done. He's less than dirt. He's less than the bugs beneath the dirt to me. He's the fucking Earth's goddamn core at this point. And I don't talk about magma that often.
Yeah. I just, you know, and here's the thing about it. I did not interact with Ghostii, but just a brief glimpse, you know, and that was because of the whole, you know, little thing that I did with the in-house podcast, right? That whole thing, the little interaction I had there, right? But, you know, so for some of you guys that had a more, I guess, friendly relationship, and even with like D-Max is talking about how he reached out to him to convey sympathy, to convey, you know, compassion.
I don't know what I would have done if he had gotten back to me in that message and said that this was all a joke. I really don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
like because the shock of this
Yeah.
is just so like it's so and also too, keep in mind everybody out there that like this type of thing gets worse the more you wait.
Yeah.
If you're lying about something like this, people will find out. And just because you think you're some random person on the internet and people aren't gonna know, like it'll happen one day.
Yeah.
And what if this revelation, because he wasn't gonna talk about this apparently until somebody said that they were snooping on his mom's like Facebook or something like that, which
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
condone, by the way. I don't condone that. But since somebody did
I
it
can
because
still
it's the
do
fucking
it. I'll whip
internet.
it out when I need to.
That's ironic. That's an ironically timed tip.
So Anonymous just donated, said, would you like to see my dick? $5. You know,
Not particularly.
not this morning. Maybe if you get with me this weekend, I might be in a little bit better mood, and
Exactly.
I could
right,
critique
yeah.
it. Sure, no problem.
Good old Richard. Good
Yeah.
old Richard.
I don't know, man. We're like 5 seconds into this ass hats. God. Okay, so let's listen to more. Oh God.
Oh God.
Come
Like,
on.
Is this
No,
really
you're probably a pedophile
anything?
too.
No,
No.
you're a faggot, dude. You're a fucking faggot.
Okay.
You're a fucking piece of shit, bro.
I keep
walked
things
into-
interesting.
I walked into the bathroom to see my fucking dead mom on the bathroom, and you're gonna fucking make up stories about your dead mom? Go fuck yourself, asshole.
I do feel bad about you though.
Go fuck your Ghostii. I fucking hate you. I don't want anything to do with you. I hope you fucking get hit by a fucking car, you fucking loser. Go fuck
Thank you.
yourself.
You know, I did not know that about Matt. That hits on a whole nother level, you know. God dang.
Yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
know he walked in to find his mom. See, here's the thing, guys. My mom is she'll be 75 in April, right? So, you know, it is very real to me how precious the time is that I have with my mom, right? That's one of the things as you get older, that starts striking, hitting you hard, is that as you get older, the less time you have with your loved ones, right? Because time marches on and time doesn't care. And the day's going to come where, and there's like, you know, and I check on my mom. You know, I try to check on her at least every day. I have, you know, meals with her and stuff like that to do, you know, to make sure she's, you know, getting socialization. She's, you know, all these things, right? And then my mom is still independent. She's active and she's always on the go and all this other stuff, right? But, you know, she's a typical old person. She won't cook right for herself, and she, you know, just, you know, there's just all the things that go with getting older. But I know there's going to come a day that I'm going to try to call it, whatever she's not going to answer, and I'm probably going, you know, me or one of my brothers are going to wind up going up and finding her gone. And that is something that scares every living shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I know the day's coming. And to know that Matt, at such a young age, had to go through that experience, you know,
Yeah.
is
That's just, I mean,
and you know
yeah.
what? If I was Matt, I would be so enraged that my anger, there would be nothing that would quash my anger.
no,
It
yeah,
would
I'd be
it would-
unconsolable. I'd be
Yes.
completely unconsolable.
I honestly think if Matt could get Ghostii in a room, he probably, flat out, no joke, would hurt him bad. So
I don't know, man. It would
Yeah.
take a lot for me not to at this
Yeah.
point. You want to know the real cosmic irony of everything? Which, by the way, you have Abby
Yeah.
Blackbird and call waiting if you want. But the cosmic irony of all of this is that, you know what today is, Peepaw?
yeah, it's Nerdy John's
Today-
21st birthday.
Oh, is it? It's Nerdy John's birthday today.
Yeah, it is.
Happy birthday to Nerdy John,
And I was
and
go-
happy birthday to
Yeah.
D Mom. My mom's birthday's today.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
It's Max's mommy's birthday.
it is my mom's birthday today.
Well, happy birthday to Max's mom. I hope that you and her can find some time and go do something special today, maybe.
We will. We're gonna do something tomorrow. Because
Yeah.
we're kind of a little ways away. So I'm gonna
Oh,
send her
yeah.
some birthday wishes today and everything. But it's just
Yeah.
like to wake up on the morning of my mother's birthday and to see
Oh,
this,
yeah.
is like one of those things where because I love my mom. Like I don't care. People can call me a mama's boy all they want. They've done
Sure.
it my whole life. I love my mom. I have no like she
And-
gives me everything. I would like I'm not kidding. My first reaction to hearing about this was actual like illness. Like I
Yes.
felt sick. Like I
Yes.
was like, oh my God, like who would exploit their mother in this situation this way?
Yeah.
Like who does that?
Well,
Like
yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah. Let's
interrupted.
bring no, that's it. That's it.
Okay, let's bring Abby in. All right. Good morning, Abby. How you doing this morning?
Hey
hon?
Abby.
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm fine. So, from reading that statement, whatever. So you were the one who was fixing to expose all this as a lie?
So I'll tell you kind of what happened. So when I was doing streams with Demented wanted to bring on Ember. Ember didn't want to talk about the hen house stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I want to give them room to talk. And if anybody knows anything about my history, there's no reason to give Ghostii any semblance of a platform. But I wanted to hear both sides. So of course I had both Bunny and Ghostii on. They said their piece, whatever.
Yeah.
And then we did the next day was the now recording episode came out, and we did that. Bunny came on.
Yeah.
And then the next day I messaged him. I said, hey, I know it's water under a bridge type thing, but I'd like to kind of smooth things over. And I talked to him about me losing my brother suddenly and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just trying to move forward and just have a new start. And then I told my friend, who's our mutual friend, I said, hey, just letting you know, me and Ghostii are cool. Things are great. Like we
Yeah.
finally smoothed things over. And she was like, what happened? I said, well, stuff happened with this podcast, and I guess his mom died, and da 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 da. And she comes back to me. She said, he's fucking lying. I was like, what?
Oh,
She's already like, she's alive.
wow.
What
did
do
it-
I? Okay, and
So
if
this
again,
person
if anybody
knew Ghostii like IRL or
and met
outside?
his mom IRL too, so she knows who
Oh,
she is,
okay.
and I have no reason to not believe her.
Yeah.
As well as like I had somebody on Discord hearing me on the phone because again, if anybody knows my history and this stuff, especially with like who's talked about me, if I would have came out with any of this at any point in time without 100% full proof,
Yeah.
I would have been torn to pieces. So as much as I understand, oh, and by the way, yeah, no, I didn't go on the Facebook. I didn't even go and try to contact the mother. It's not my business, not my place. So
Yeah.
as far as that go, DMAX, there was no
No, yeah,
ill
that's
intent.
fair.
She
I didn't know
literally
that
did it
side
on
of
her
it.
own fruition, and I have more than proof to do that. Because I was like, "Why did you
Yeah.
even go?" And
Yeah,
you
I
know
was
what she
going
said?
off of what Ghostii said. Yeah, that makes sense. You're fine.
And she was like, "Well, I know what he does. I know who he does. I know he's a liar." I'm like, "Well, there you go."
Okay.
So, I think it's really fucking shitty. I did a 3-hour stream just talking.
Yeah.
But I think it had to happen this way. I think he had to do it himself because nobody else would have been able to prove it or believe it. They would have torn me to pieces if I came out with this stuff. I know, Riverter, I talked to you when all this stuff for me first started
Yeah.
happening. They would have torn me to pieces again, and I cannot handle more of it.
Yeah.
I did
So,
6
Abby-
months of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long did you know about this? Because I understand what you're saying. Like I
I can tell you exactly, but pretty much like so that message I just sent you, I did tweets where I did a whole. I mean, I was talking to him for a minute on Discord, and it was like later that afternoon when my friend got back to me and told me, and I was just like everybody else. What? how do you respond to that?
Yeah. I mean,
Especially me.
Yeah.
I'm just more curious at this point, like where was it? Like at what point did Ghostii realize like, oh shit, I've got to say something, you know?
I think that because I had a recent kerfluffle with people and as it goes with Discordians. And I think because I told one of them, they told him and he came out, which again, I mean, what do you want from me? Because
Yeah,
if I would have came out with screenshots or went to Matt or like even picking the person to tell is so tricky.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
That's that.
I was kind of lamenting the other day, and I was lamenting about how it seems like we in this community have lost. You know, we used to have drama alert, right? And you had Keemstar sitting on the throne of drama alert, and he would anything that was happening or anything that was going on, you know, people could send him information, whatever, and he would go out and he had people that would go out and research it. And the worst thing possible could ever happen to a person is for their indiscretions or whatever you want to call them to be ending up on drama alert because it could kill careers. It could kill, you know,
Mhm.
everything, right? We don't have that anymore.
Nope.
We don't have somebody that sets and says that has the I don't know what you would call it, but can bring stories in and present these stories out and that, you know, whatever, I don't know. And I'm not saying that we need drama alert necessarily back on YouTube and that we never necessarily need Keemstar back doing it or
Feel
not.
free to check out my show because you know what I will do is fact check.
Well, um, uh, yes. And you know, I think there are some shows, and I think there are people out there that do fact check, and they do a really good job. I think Now Recording does a good job for what Now Recording is, but it's not necessarily. I wouldn't call it necessarily a quote drama alert, but I
Look,
will
all
say
I'm saying
this.
is they had
Yeah.
no problem having him on multiple times to talk shit about me and just say random facts for months and months and months and months, and then allowed him to come back knowing the type of person he is. So
Yeah.
I understand, but I also am not giving them that much room for me personally.
Well, and fair points. I can't argue that, right? Um, but like
I
I
mean,
said, they have brought stories to light and they have brought things and there has been some really, you know, clearing of the air or what's the word, a de-infection, whatever you want to call it, sunshine, some disinfectant sprayed and cleaned out some things. They've done okay, right? But what I'm saying is I really feel like there needs, and I'm hoping there's somebody out there that can kind of, for the lack of a better word, assume that mantle, that can
Mhm.
be a fact checking, that can find these stories, and that they. And the thing about it is this person cannot then become buddy buddy with everybody
Mm-mm.
because when you become buddy buddy with everybody, then you're like if something comes and happens, well, I don't really want to cover this, or I don't really want to do this because this is my friend.
or there's
And
pacts behind the scene that people have had
exact
conversations privately, and then they have,
exactly,
said that I'm not
yeah,
going to make a video on you if you don't make a video on me. And then they like
exactly,
to go on podcasts and stuff and act all buddy buddy together when really there's actually just a neutral pact that says
yeah,
that people can't talk about each other.
exactly.
I don't
It's
know
a
I
if
feel like
if
I've
that was like
proven time.
I don't know if that was like a thing or something. Like if that was
yeah.
something that actually happened in the
Oh,
I
community.
feel like
I mean,
I've been proven time and
I
time
wouldn't know
again that
anything about any of that.
yeah,
I feel like I've
exactly.
proven time and time again that I've said nothing but the truth when it comes to me, when it comes to my opinion. I've stayed strong. When
Yeah,
that's my opinion, that's my opinion. And I come neutral. I mean, for fuck's sake, I had
yeah,
Ghostii on my stream. I had no reason to do that. I
yeah,
gave everybody a chance. Even Ember, freaking Huggy said the whole pig thing, and I made him apologize. I don't necessarily like her, but
yeah,
she told me she didn't like it, and so I made him apologize. I can come at it on every angle with every
yeah,
single person. I know even fucking Xylee can think of it. I come at every angle, and I've been more
yeah.
than fair. And I think it's ridiculous because I've not gotten that same treatment, but that's fine because I've
Well,
proven myself to do so.
I'll tell you something. You have to remember something. If we're looking at this right historically, right, Keem was never liked either. Keem's still not liked by a lot of people, right? So that's kind of I think unfortunately that kind of just goes with the territory, right? If you're going to be somebody that is going to be a purveyor of truth, right? And no matter what, you're going to say, this is the truth. This is the truth as best that I can deduce from the information that is placed before us on our plates. This is the best, you know, and give a clear, unbiased presentation of, you know, that you're going to cause people to not like you, right? And that just kind of goes with the territory.
The unfortunate thing about a lie like this is that because everybody is trying, like, if you're trying to be a good person, you want to take
Yeah.
people at their word when they're at their lowest. And there's nothing lower than losing a loved one.
Yes.
So for everybody, it's like sure,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we're
How
all
do you-
stupid for believing it, but it's like, dude, like how would you not? Like who's
mean,
gonna
I
be the
believed
asshole
it.
who's gonna sit there and be like, I need proof that your mom's dead? Like who would do that?
Oh man. I can't stop. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, it's just it's disgusting, man.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Well, listen, Abby, I appreciate you calling in this morning, and all I can say is keep doing you, girl. Do your
Thanks
show.
you.
right.
Just
Abby
you
W
know,
on this one.
Abby, definitely an Abby W on this one. 100%.
No, and thank you too, Rip, because I know when I was going through all this stuff originally, you were one of the first people and only people that would actually treat me like a human. And I appreciate you for being a rock.
Abby, I just want you to know that if you were to ever to come on Now Recording, I would if I were there, I would try.
Nah,
I would give.
that bridge is burnt, honey. But you guys can come on my show anytime.
Okay, we'll pay you too.
Yeah, hopefully. Probably not.
Yeah.
Bye.
Anyway, have a good day. Yeah. So, but I understand what she's saying, right? Because, and I think she probably played this as best as could be and just let him out himself, right? So,
Mhm.
all right. So let's listen to some more of the video.
Can I'm sorry, people. Can you share screens with me? I can watch
You
it
know
via
what?
the stream
You
if
know
you want.
what?
but-
I'm sorry. You should have said
No,
something.
no. It's okay.
Because again, I'm not used to having. I'm used to being a talking head up here. You know what I'm saying? So
You're fine. You're
all
fine.
right. So here we go.
Thank you.
You're not gonna laugh your way out of this one. You're not gonna laugh your way out of this one. You're not
He's
gonna
playing
laugh your way
he's
out of
playing
this.
that song.
Who is? Is that Ghostii?
Ghostie's playing that. You have got to be fucking kidding. Okay. All right, buddy. Oh, buddy. Okay. Go ahead and go on a stream and go ahead and play copyrighted goddamn music. Oh my god. Oh my god. I would have lost my shit. I would have lost my fucking shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, because usually they don't do this type of, that type of stuff with. I mean, I know Matt has a soundboard or whatever but it's usually just a little 2-3 little second,
I'm pretty sure.
Yo,
Actually, I
chat
don't know if
going
that's
wild right
copyrighted.
now for
I
that
know
one.
that's a meme,
Oh my-
but whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Fucking
Either
god,
way.
dude. Oh my god.
I guess they
Can someone
kicked
talk
him.
for a second? Help.
I think he should be drawn and quartered. All right. We need to tie a horse to each limb. We need to go around, slap the asses, make them fucking run opposite directions, and we need to tear him apart. He needs to be dismembered. He needs to be limb by limb.
Yep.
Okay. Capital punishment, death penalty.
Yes, we need to surround him by fire and throw coal.
You know what? The drawing and quartering, which is what AC was describing there, I think is probably a little bit too quick, right?
How about tarred and feathered?
Nah. I think staked out over Fire Ant Hill.
Okay. I can add African fire ants. Yes, the big ones.
Yes. That's slow and painful and
Mm-hmm.
mm, yeah.
And his
Quarters
mom
at
can
him.
watch.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying anybody should do that. I'm just saying that if he were to go to jail and immediately get hung for his crimes against humanity, good for him.
Yeah.
Good.
I can't believe he tried to laugh his way out of this one. Like, guys, do you really expect? Like, dude, no. You came on to a stream with a guy who lost his mom in October, and you expect him to just laugh at it with you, like, haha, chuckle,
It's
like I'm a
fucking
big chuckle fuck.
psychopathic.
No,
Yeah.
dude. Like, what the fuck's wrong with?
I guarantee you, Matt probably didn't get any sleep last night. Matt was probably had such a head of steam that.
Yeah.
Mm,
Jesus, man. That's just so.
I
can't.
that hits on another level. God.
Well, no, because I'm trying to think what would it be like if Ghostii had come on and he had done the apology tour thing, the proper thing to do in this circumstance, which is own up and say I'm sorry, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but instead he goes straight to the jokes and the laughter and the comedy. It's like, ah, ha, 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 ha. I don't. This is not a joke, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Zadi says he needs his ass whooped. 100%, Zadi.
Oh, for
He
real.
100% needs a good old fashioned ass whooping. He 100% does need that, without a doubt. But golly, I'm out of time because I have to get to work. So, guys, go watch this podcast, Now Recording Podcast. Support Matt and the boys on this. Go watch Abby Blackbird's show. Check out her channel. Show her a little bit of love and support too. I do have there should be a Thursday with the Oreo tonight with Dead on Dave. There will not be a coffee with Peepaw in the morning. I have a very early doctor's appointment in the morning, so I won't be able to do my show. So sorry for that. Letting you guys know now. But we should have Friday, Bo Black's Friday or Black's Friday with Bo Black's with Dave Friday night. And then I'll be back here Saturday morning. Bright and early I've got some stuff lined up because I didn't get to it today for today's stream. So I've got some stuff lined up for the show Saturday involving Leon Lush. And there's some it's probably better because it's actually going to get, because I found this late last night too. And this is going to give me a little bit more time to research and do a little bit more digging. Because I think this is going to be a funny little thing. So anyway, check out some of these creators like I said, check out Zada Gets Real. Check out the Now Recording Podcast. Check out Abby Blackbird. And oh, by the way, and I meant to do more fanfare about this. Today is Nerdy John's 21st birthday. He's finally an adult. He can finally have his first legal adult beverage. So go to Nerdy's timeline, wish him a big old happy birthday. Show the dude some love. He's not been able to stream or do any of his stuff here the last little bit because the real world is kind of doing a jig on his head right now. He's trying to get things together. I know he's trying to line up to move out and get his own place, which I think is awesome. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's going to be great for him.
So proud of John.
Yes, he's becoming a big boy. He's becoming a big boy, and I'm so proud of him.
Just in time too for that 21st birthday.
Exactly.
Go out and have a beer on me.
Exactly. So go show some love to Nerdy John. Wish him a big happy birthday on his timeline. Let's show him some love and support there. And of course, I don't think this goes without saying, support D-Max. Throw Max a little love. If you're not following Max on Twitter, what are you doing with your life? And 2, make sure you're following his he's got a YouTube channel, and he does a little Twitch thing, gives over, and he chases little Pokemons and all that stuff.
I may or may not have some main channel content coming out relatively soon, and I got a pretty cool person to voice act for me. And
let me tell you
one of the
something.
first episodes I'm going to have back, and I'm really excited for people to hear that.
You're toying with my emotions, Max, and I don't appreciate this.
It's coming out, baby.
You've been teasing content and teasing this old man's heart. I poked and prodded. I got the real D-Max. People actually got to see the real D-Max because people didn't know the real D-Max, or very few did. I did. I knew who the real D-Max was. I drug him out. I resurrected him. I did the voodoo spells and resurrected the dude.
Listen, I am all real 100% of the time, but then I was especially real. And hey, who knows? Maybe if something else happens, maybe I might have to put on a red mask again and be embarrassing. I don't know. Could happen.
You know what?
I don't know. Could be in the future. Maybe.
I don't see. I actually think it's kind of cool, right? And I'm gonna tell you why I think it's cool. I'm gonna tell you why it's cool. I think it's just why it's cool, right? Okay. Because I think a lot of people have lost the ability to understand when somebody is being sarcastic and joking and just, you know what I'm saying? So that when you do, so like when you've established a character, like, so you can switch between the characters,
Mm-hmm.
it lets these people know, the oatmeal brains, as I like to call them, the oatmeal brains say, oh, this is a different person.
It
So
makes it
that's,
very obvious. Clown nose
yes,
on, clown nose off. Yeah, it's almost
bingo,
like certain people in the community could have really done to do
bingo.
something like that. I don't know.
And it, the thing about it is there's always been this thing says, a young person's brain doesn't fully develop until they're 25, right? That's when
Right.
the oatmeal starts solidifying and it becomes, we go from minds full of mush to actually there's some solidification there, and they start retaining, and they actually are able to have cognitive and lucid, thoughts.
Right.
Well, I'm afraid with the internet culture and the fact that everybody was isolated for 2 years, I really feel like that's been pushed back to about 40 in some cases. And I think some people who actually had, their minds had congealed and they had actually went from, mush to, actually, gray matter, they reverted and they went from gray matter back down to mush.
Oh yeah.
And so now that's why we have the Karens and the Kens and all this stuff, right? And so, it's just
It's
I
like
said,
mental regression. It's like
oh God.
mental like maturity regression in society, and it happens on like a global scale. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy.
That's
But
why,
hopefully we'll
yeah,
come back to, everybody having a better head about it and everything. I
yeah,
have hope for I have hope for humanity
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
But we'll see.
Anyway,
Anyway,
man,
people, you have a
you
good one, all
too,
right?
you
Thank
too,
you
and
so much
you,
for the plugs and
hey,
everything.
hey, and you wish Mama Max a very
I
big
will.
happy birthday.
And
So,
if I could just use my mom's birthday wish just once
yeah,
for everybody out there who's listening, if you have a mom, if your mom is still around, thankfully, like how about this, guys? Let's do something positive. Go shoot her a message. Go call your
yes,
mom. Go tell her that you love her. If you're having
yes,
problems with her, try to reconnect. Your
yeah,
mom is your mom and dad are two of the most important people in your life, and maybe you might have problems with them or something, but like
yeah,
put all of that aside for one moment and just say that I love you, because those are the people that really deserve to hear it.
yeah,
So yeah, love you people. I'll talk to you
yeah.
guys later.
Love you too, Max. Take care, bud. And guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. But like I said, go show some love to these people that were mentioned. Um, and you know what? It may not be such a bad idea to maybe go show Matt a little love too, because I can only imagine um, this, what, making him relive this. Um, he probably had, anyway, just go show little Matt a little love. Doesn't have to be nothing overboard. Hey, I'm thinking about you, buddy, and have a great day. Something simple. It doesn't have to be, but just be sincere. That's all, right? Um, Listen, you guys have a great days. Hopefully I'll see a lot of you tonight. I will miss our time tomorrow, but I will be back Saturday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. But until then, guys, remember. Okay, Dave's saying it's going to be 7 p.m. tonight instead of 8 p.m. I just got that. That's hot off the presses. 7 p.m. instead of 8 p.m. tonight, and it should be Thursday with Diorio. So, anyway, guys, remember. Until then, till tonight, let's keep our powder dry and look for me in the funny papers. I'm out.